And let's begin with breaking news coming in. We saw a showdown playing out in the Lok Sabha after Amit Shah went ahead and introduced the constitution amendment that will ensure essentially that chief ministers, the prime minister, anyone tainted, anyone behind bars will immediately be removed. It's over this bill that there's been a showdown. Rahul Gandhi, the latest to react, has said that we're going back in time to the medieval ages with these kind of legislations. Listen to what Rahul Gandhi said.
There is a lot of action going on. You must have heard, and I'm sure all of you have heard, of the new bill that the BJP is proposing. We are going back to medieval times when the king could just remove anybody at will. There's no concept of what an elected person is. He doesn't like your face, so he tells ED, put a case, and then democratically elected person is wiped out within 30 days. This is new.
So essentially, Rahul Gandhi there questioning the legislation that allows the Prime Minister, the Chief Ministers to be removed if they spent 30 days in custody. And this led to a showdown, Ruckus in the Lok Sabha. As you see in some of those images there, even as Amit Shah was speaking, copies of that bill were ripped up and thrown up in the air. So all out ruckus, as the opposition has made it very clear that they will not support this legislation, alleging that this gives the government the power to go ahead and slap false cases against their leaders and then to go ahead and remove them from their position. All right, let's get to our top story here on Super 6. South versus South in the vice presidential elections, which we've been tracking very closely here on India Today. The big headline that emerged on the story is that the NDA candidate CP Radhakrishnan, CPR as he's fondly called in Tamil Nadu, filed his nomination today with Prime Minister Modi by his side as the chief proposer. Top NDA leaders were present at the meet, showcasing a strong display of unity. Tomorrow, the opposition's VP pick, Sudarshan Reddy, will be filing his papers. Can the opposition but match a show of strength by the NDA? In reality, they don't have the numbers. And even the fact that you have someone from Telangana, from erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, being put up by the opposition doesn't seem to have really helped them get those numbers or get those votes from the Telugu states as well. We'll be talking about that. First, take a look at the day's developments.
The big vice presidential race has officially kicked off, with NDA pick CP Radhakrishnan filing his paper for the second highest constitutional post in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the chief proposer and flanked CP Radhakrishnan when he went to file his papers. After paying respect to Mahatma Gandhi at Parliament, top NDA leaders and union mantris were present at a show of solidarity. Meanwhile, India Today spoke exclusively to opposition VP candidate, who appealed all MPs to exercise wisdom to back a neutral candidate over a BJP-RSS-backed NDA pick.
Sri Radhakrishnan ji belongs to RSS, to which he is perfectly entitled. That is the ideology he has chosen. But I don't share and come from that background. I am a liberal constitutional democrat. So I trust and believe in the wisdom of all the members of the parliament, that they will weigh and try to assess the relative merits and demerits of all the candidates. As at present, there are only two, but we do not know what happens tomorrow.
The southern clash over vice presidential race sees the DMK back a Telugu candidate over a Tamil one, and the TDP and the YSRCP backing a Tamil candidate over a Telugu one. Proving party loyalties score over language affiliations. While the numbers heavily favour the government, can the opposition pull out a coup of sorts? With Amit Bhardwaj, Bureau Report, India Today.
And Rahul Gandhi has also spoken on the VP battle, saying very clearly what the Congress's stand is, which is, of course, that they are backing Sudarshan Reddy. He's also said that this is going to be what he calls an extremely solid election. And so the message going across from the opposition is that they believe Sudarshan Reddy stands a real chance in this VP election battle. The numbers definitely suggest otherwise.
Decades of judicial and legal experience, champion of constitutional values, and as is quite apparent, popular along party lines. Every single party, opposition party, has unanimously supported Reddy. He said to me, you know, Rahul, I have been carrying the constitution in my pocket for 52 years. And then I said, but why are you carrying this for 52 years? We have only started carrying it once the BJP has started attacking us, attacking the constitution. And he said, because, you know, in any conversation that you have, legal conversation, the constitution has the final answer. And so he's an astute person, sharp person, observant person, and he's ideologically aligned person.
Okay, let's bring in Piyush Mishra for more details on this. Piyush, you've got Rahul Gandhi, of course, heaping praise on Sudarshan Reddy. But when it comes down to the numbers, since we've had about 24 hours since the opposition had named their candidate, Piyush, has it made any difference? Are there any parties who've switched over, the fence sitters at least, who are now backing the opposition candidate? Do they really stand a chance?
Well, if you talk about the numbers, Akshita, India bloc, will have to face a lot of problems that they do not have numbers. But yes, numbers are there with NDA. There are, if you talk about the number game, India bloc has 255 in its kitty, and NDA has got the 427 in its kitty, and the magic number is 392. Apart from that, what we are told is that the parties like YSRCP and BJD, even they will be supporting NDA's candidate. YSRCP had yesterday announced it officially that they spoke to their leader, Jagan Mohan Reddy, spoke to Rajnath Singh, and in that conversation, Jagan Mohan Reddy has already assured support to NDA candidate, and that's why there's no point of supporting India candidate. That's what the YSRCP had yesterday confirmed. As of now, BJD has not been able to decide because
okay, BJD hasn't decided. The other that hasn't decided is the BRS. Piyush, thanks for those details. Let's cut across to a news break on what really the BRS is thinking here. They're one of the fence sitters. The BRS isn't a part of the NDA or the India bloc. And so KTR, while speaking to India today, was asked who really will the BRS support in the upcoming vice president election. At this point, there's no clarity. The BRS has refused to reveal exactly what they're planning, but they've said we'll take a decision soon. They've issued a dare to Rahul Gandhi. KTR has said that if Rahul Gandhi says he will provide urea to farmers, we will go ahead and offer our vote to the opposition alliance candidate. Listen in to exactly what KTR said.
Well, BRS is a independent party. We are neither part of NDA nor are we part of the India bloc. We are not aligned to either BJP or to Congress. We fought elections in 2014 independently, 2018 independently, in 2023 also independently. So we don't have any bosses in Delhi, like Congress and BJP. We will take a measured opinion of all of our party seniors, all of our party senior leaders. We will take their opinion, consult, and then possibly take a decision closer to the election date. But one thing I do offer both Congress and BJP, क्योंकि आज शॉर्टेज है यूरिया का, फर्टिलाइजर का तेलंगाना में, और 70 लाख से ज़्यादा फार्मर इंतज़ार में हैं कि कब मिलेगा यूरिया. तो मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि बीजेपी और कांग्रेस भी इस बारे में कुछ बोलेंगे, और मैं एक ऑफर भी देना चाहता हूं उनको. आज यहाँ पे 2-2.5 लाख मेट्रिक टन यहाँ पे यूरिया चाहिए तेलंगाना में. अगर राहुल गांधी जी या मोदी जी आके बोलते हैं कि मैं सितंबर 9 तारीख के अंदर आपके यहाँ पहुंचा दूंगा 2-2.5 लाख मेट्रिक टन यहाँ की किसानों के लिए, हमारे वोट उनको दे देंगे. जो भी आगे आके बोलेंगे उनको दे देंगे.
Let me bring in on this broadcast now. So we've told you what the BRS's stand is, which is essentially that they're waiting it out. They're not really divulging who they're going to back. But joining us on this broadcast is Kalyani Shankar, political commentator and columnist. We also have Sumansi Raman, political commentator and analyst. Thank you very much for your time. Kalyani Shankar, I'd like to begin with you on the opposition's choice of Sudarshan Reddy. You look at really the details that have emerged of how the Telugu parties actually are going to vote in the upcoming election. The YSRCP, a fence-sitter, named the NDA candidate as a preferred choice, and then came in that googly from the opposition, but it hasn't changed their stance. So the YSRCP, for obvious reasons, the TDP, Janasena, are all backing the NDA candidate. So is it fair to go ahead and say then that the opposition's gamble of choosing a Telugu bidder hasn't really paid off?
Well, anyway, in any case, it is the NDA which has a number as of now. And I don't see anybody from the Congress or the India bloc approaching anybody, any other smaller parties to come and give them the vote. The funniest thing I hear now, just now, that K.T. Ramarao is giving an ultimatum that they have to send some 200 metric tons or something.
Urea, yes.
It should reach Telangana by 9th September. So how will the Congress or any other party do it except those in the power? It will be the Modi government which has to say yes or no. He is giving an ultimatum to the Modi government, I would say. And in any case, they don't have the number to bargain. And as we are saying that one party from the state, voting for the other party, other candidate, it has happened even before. Even Pratibha Patil's time also. Then quite a number of times it has happened that they choose the other candidate because of various other considerations. And I don't see, in the case of Radhakrishnan, he is a Tamil. And Sudarshan Reddy is a Reddy, is a higher caste person. So this caste also comes in there. And both are good candidates, I would say. I mean, for the first time, I would say they've chosen a very good candidate. Both are seasoned, I wouldn't say politician about Sudarshan Reddy. He refused to be called one. But Radhakrishnan also has earned a good name. Ultimately, I have a feeling that the numbers are on the NDA side. So most probably, I think CPR would win the race. But you can never say, unless so many other parties come and join the India bloc, which is quite unlikely, I would say.
If this was going down to the wire, maybe we could have said that we may see an exciting contest on the cards, or this could go either way. Yes. But the numbers are on your screens, and you can see here that at this point for the opposition, it is going to be extremely challenging to actually match up to the government numbers there. Let me bring in Dr. Sumansi Raman to focus first, Dr. Raman, on what's happening in Tamil Nadu. There was a lot of talk about the NDA fielding someone from Tamil Nadu. The DMK has made it very, very clear who their pick is. They're going with Sudarshan Reddy. No surprise there. But do you think there's going to be any blowback for the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam per se?
No, I don't think that there would be any blowback, and I have maintained this. I don't think Mr. Radhakrishnan's choice was primarily dictated by the fact that Tamil Nadu is going to the elections, or that there would be an opportunity to embarrass the DMK. It was more a move to sort of appease the RSS, which, to which era of a politician, the Vajpayee era politician that Mr. CPR belongs to. He's not from the Modi, Amit Shah generation of politicians. He is an old world man, and he has got friends across the political spectrum. So my feeling is there is going to be very little cross voting, if at all. The NDA has a comfortable, has the numbers in the bag, and to expect 38 or 40 people to cross vote. Now, who are these people? It's extremely unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
And if this was a case of 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 where one party switching could change the dynamics, this is not like that. I mean, there's no way that I can see CPR not winning this. He is going to be the next vice president.
Okay.
Having said that, I feel perhaps the India Alliance could have done better. They could have gone for an OBC candidate. They could have gone for a candidate from Bihar, or to put some kind of pressure, at least, and make a political point. It was always a lost cause.
But maybe that's what it was, by choosing someone who is, Telugu, to try and turn the tables and also put the same pressure on the TDP.
Let me just make one point.
Yeah.
Jagan is not in a position to take on the center on anything. There are dozens of cases which are lying in court, which can be
quote unquote reactivated at any time and cause huge trouble for him. So he doesn't have the maneuvering space at all. So, and as far as the BRS is concerned, I think they have 4 Rajya Sabha members, and that's about it. So that's not a huge number that is actually going to worry anybody. So I think that the Chandrababu Naidu was never going to change ranks, because very clearly, from whatever we heard, he was also part of the process where he was consulted about the candidature of Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan. So there was never any possibility of him sort of jumping ship. So I think that this is going according to the plan as far as the NDA is concerned, and Mr. CPR is well poised to win comfortably.
What do you think, Kalyani Shankar, of the opposition's choice of candidate? Do you think that they consciously chose Sudarshan Reddy, thinking perhaps that what has happened in Tamil Nadu, or at least the attempt by the NDA to put pressure on the DMK, is what they were trying to emulate in the Telugu states? In which case, that gamble, of course, has fallen flat.
More than Tamil, Telugu. The Telugus and Tamils always had a problem earlier after Prakasham died. So that question is not there now. As far as I'm concerned, I think Sudarshan Reddy is one of the good candidates. And also, I still remember Hidayatullah. He was one of the best vice presidents I've ever seen. So he could become a good vice president. But that is not now, no, because he doesn't have the number. Why he agreed to be the candidate of India bloc, I really have no idea. Because he's not been in politics, and he's not. He himself says that he's not befriended any politician. So for all that, I think he has just been put as a good person, and also a clean man. So that is where I think they cannot talk of any corruption against him, and those kind of things are not going to stick. So
these are two candidates essentially who are respectable, and I think cutting across party lines, all parties would be on board to suggest that both these leaders in their own fields have been in fact great visionaries and leaders. So in that sense, it's great to see two clean leaders being put forth in this particular position and in this battle. But Dr. Raman, you did suggest that it's a walkover, of course, for the NDA. So if in a few weeks from now, we're going to see that announcement in all likelihood of CPR becoming the next vice president of the country. In the upcoming Tamil Nadu elections, do you think that helps the BJP as far as, optics go? That, look, we're ensuring that there are people, representatives from Tamil Nadu who are in Delhi.
Notionally, yes. Notionally, it should. But I don't think it will have a significant impact. First of all, Mr. CPR comes from the Congo Belt, Coimbatore, Tirupur region, where basically the AIADMK BJP combined is already very strong. So in that sense, he doesn't add a great deal, which he could have perhaps added had he belonged to some other part of the state, where the alliance could have benefited from some additional votes. So in that sense, it's not going to be a huge electoral advantage for them. But having said that, the fact that a person with a good image has been given an opportunity, at the highest level, will go down well. It depends on how the BJP, plays it in Tamil Nadu. The BJP, as you know very well, is a deeply divided house, with Mr. Annamalai playing his own tune. So that is one issue. But having said that, I still don't believe that Mr. CPR would have been the first choice of say Mr. Amit Shah or Mr. Modi. I feel that there has been some talking to by the RSS, which has sort of forced this concession. And I don't believe that he will be as abrasive as Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar. And I think that he will try to some extent for some kind of a consensus on issues where one is possible, right? And obviously, he too will have his limitations, but the way he has maneuvered, his equations in Jharkhand, where he dealt with Soren without any major controversy, and even in Maharashtra, where he's been very low profile.
Okay.
There's not been a single controversy in the last 2 years that he's been a governor.
Correct.
First Rajasthan and also in Maharashtra.
And that's
And
very
which-
clear in the fact that you've got,
Exactly.
Maharashtra parties also coming out and saying that, look, this is someone who we greatly respect. So a consensus candidate in a way, as far as the numbers go, those are on your screens. This is how it stands right now. You never know whether there's some, ace up their sleeve that the opposition has when they say that this is going to be a solid contest. But thank you very much, Dr. Suman Raman and Kalyani Shankar, for your time, for joining us here on India Today. Let's cut across to breaking news coming in. The first reaction coming in from Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta on the incident, the unfortunate one that took place earlier today, where she was attacked during a public event when the public was in fact meeting with her and she was listening to their grievances. There was a man who had attacked her. And now Rekha Gupta has issued a statement. I'm reading from that statement. The attack on me during this morning's public hearing was not just an attack on me, but a cowardly attempt on our resolve to serve Delhi and work for the welfare of the people. Naturally, I was in shock after this attack, but now I'm feeling better. I will soon be seen working among you again. Such attacks can never break my spirit or my resolve to serve people. I will be among you with even more energy and dedication than before. So this is essentially the message that's gone across from Rekha Gupta, saying that this won't deter her in any way. Let me bring in Amit Bharadwaj for more details on this first statement, Amit, that's come in right now from the Delhi Chief Minister, where she says we won't bow down to these kind of assaults and attacks.
Right, Akshita. Since morning, there was question as to how is the Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta after the assault that was carried out. And while I was standing outside the Delhi Chief Minister's residence, what we could see that supporters of the Bharatiya Janata Party, sympathizers of Rekha Gupta from her constituency and from different parts of the national capital were also rushing to her residence, along with the MLAs and the council of cabinet ministers and councillors from the party. And now you have the reaction coming from Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta. She is certainly saying that she was in shock after the attack, after the assault, and naturally so. And now she is feeling better, and she has said that she is not going to bow down to such cowardly attacks. And she has also mentioned it as attacks on her resolve to serve the people of the national capital. What is very important to note out here is that Rekha Gupta, in this first reaction of her, is again mentioning and reiterating that she will continue to hold Jan Sunwais, the public meetings in which this particular attack had happened. So the assault is not going to stop her resolve to conduct the Jan Sunwais and the public meetings, public hearings within her residence complex. So that statement coming from Rekha Gupta at this point in time. Mentioning that she is doing better now. She was under shock after the attack, but she will continue to serve the people of Delhi. The resolve is not...
All right, Amit, thanks very much for getting us those details. More breaking news that's coming in. Let's cut across to that. Now, BJP is alleged that the attacker, the man behind that assault on Rekha Gupta, is linked to the Aam Aadmi Party. They've put out that image that you see on your screens, where in fact the BJP is alleged that the suspect is seen with Kejriwal and with in fact Gopal Italia, Kejriwal's aide. Now, mind you, even as this allegation is being made by the BJP, the Aam Aadmi Party has responded very categorically denying it. They've claimed that this is in fact an AI-generated picture. If that is indeed the case, it is hugely embarrassing for the BJP because they've made this completely political, saying that the attacker is linked to the Aam Aadmi Party because of a picture of him with Gopal Italia. We will, of course, get you all the latest on this, but the Aam Aadmi Party maintaining that this is an AI-generated image. All right, let's move on Super 6 and get you details of the mega rally that's lined up tomorrow in Tamil Nadu, where you will have actor turned politician, the superstar TVK chief Vijay, holding his second public meeting. So this is going to happen in Madurai, which itself is huge messaging, symbolism by Vijay there. What you see on your screens is some of the preps, massive posters of Dravidian icons of MGR, of Annadurai, and alongside them is Vijay. Under a hoarding that reads, "History is repeating." Vijay has repeatedly said that he is going to script history and ensure that an MGR-like victory or an Annadurai-like victory is what he will ensure in Tamil Nadu in 2026. And that's a message that he's reiterating with that particular poster. Now, Vijay, remember, is in Madurai because of a number of reasons. Madurai, of course, is where you saw the anti-Hindi imposition movement led by Periyar actually kicking off. So it tells you what Vijay stands for, that he's going to be talking essentially about how rooted he is in respecting, in recognizing Tamil culture, which is why also Madurai, of course, has been referenced to in iconic literary works like, in fact, the Silapatikaram and also Tirukural, written by Tiruvalluvar. Vijay has made it very clear that he's looking at challenging the DMK, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that at any point he's going to be allying with the BJP. And just because of that, an alliance with the AIADMK has been ruled out. Let's get you a sense of the preparations on ground.
Tomorrow is going to be the second big public conference of TVK. What's going to be the significance of this?
The first conference at Vikramandi was a Kulgai Tiruvila. What we in English we can say is that it's an ideological festival. So when our leader started the party, there were expectations that as an actor, what will he know of the politics, what will he know of the ideology. Those were the criticisms, skepticisms were there. To answer all those questions, our leader clearly established that he's not just an actor, but an ideologically grounded person who knows the politics of the soil and the ideology of the soil. That was the success of this Vikramandi Manadu. Ever since this Manadu, that first Manadu, TVK has now emerged as a primary political force of Tamil Nadu. Every political surveys recently conducted, they give not less than 25% vote share to our party. It is in this background that our second state conference is being held at Madurai. So this will be a political festival. This will create ripples across not just the state but the entire country.
Why Madurai?
See, to be frank, there were requests from every district secretaries that the second conference should be held in the respective districts. But since that first Manadu was held at northern Tamil Nadu, so our leader felt that it is good to have it in the southern part of Tamil Nadu, and also South people are they are loving, so they are caring. He just wanted to show his love also to the southern people.
If I can take you to what's there right behind me, that's Vijay, flanked by his political philosophers, MGR and Annadurai. It says that Varalaatru Thirumbigiradu, which translates to history is going to repeat itself. Vijay says that the year 2026 is going to be the repetition of the year 1967 and the year 1977, the two most crucial years in Tamil Nadu's political landscape. And I'll tell you why. 67 was the year when Annadurai won, and 77 was the year when the legendary actor turned politician MGR won for the very first time. And Vijay believes that the year 2026 is going to be one such turning point in the political landscape of Tamil Nadu. If I also have to take you through what's there around me for the public to come here and attend it. In fact, we believe that more than 20 lakh people, that's what I'm being told from TVK sources, are scheduled to come here. They've planted taps directly over here to ensure that nobody is dehydrated and people are well taken care of. There are also adequate medical camps and pink boxes that's being set up over there. In fact, it's a huge space. It's a humongous, much larger in scale compared to what happened in Vikramandi. And we are hearing from TVK's top sources that Vijay is all set to deliver a fierce political speech this time around, really taking on the DMK and the BJP head on this time as well. With camera person Daniel, Anaga Keshav reporting for India Today from Madurai.
Okay, let's bring in Anaga Keshav. She's joining us live from Madurai as we count down to the mega rally that's planned tomorrow. Anaga, lots of preps are on ground, but Vijay also and the TVK we're here trying to ensure that this is a one-of-a-kind rally, that we're expecting huge crowds there for Vijay's second big public event.
Well, in fact, the preparations that's undertaken by the TVK is also quite impressive. They don't have just water bottles. In fact, they have installed live taps just so there's no shortage of water. That's the kind of thinking that has gone. We believe that they have been preparing this for about 1.5 months now. They had sufficient time to prepare. They also have pink boxes, ambulances, separate pathways, for people who are feeling sick to walk all the way back. So, when we took a look at that spot, we believe that every single arrangement was being made, all set for tomorrow's mega event, big event. In fact, Vijay's parents, both his mother and father, are also going to be there at this event as well. They were there at Vikravandi's event, and both of them will be there in Madurai for Vijay's big event tomorrow. When we spoke to Vijay's propaganda secretary, Mr. Arun Raj, he says that Vijay has really established himself as, an ideological figure. The fact that he didn't meet sanitation workers on the ground is not going to take away his political credibility. He's very much rooted of a leader, is what Arun Raj says, all set to be prepared for the next mega TVK event tomorrow.
The big question, Anaga, which right now is being asked in Tamil Nadu, is about Vijay's political moves, particularly as far as alliances go. And so tomorrow, I'm guessing that when Vijay speaks, he's going to stick to his stand, that there's no question of any sort of alliance. But then there will be questions which have repeatedly been asked about how he is going to actually pull off an Durai or MGR-like victory.
Well, in fact, he says that he wants to bring back what happened in the year 1967 and 77. 67 was the year Durai won for the first time, and 77 was the year when legendary actor turned Neta MGR won for the first time. And Vijay says that he can pull off what Durai and MGR did. That's what he says, but there are, that is still a question, because what Durai was able to do, what MGR was able to do, what Jayalalitha was able to do, nobody has been able to reach that so far. So it's a big question if Vijay can really pull it off. Looking at the kind of support that he has garnered in Tamil Nadu over many decades, will this kind of support really translate to votes? That's the big question that needs answers. Tomorrow we are expecting lakhs to turn up, and that that also explains why Vijay put up a huge poster saying Varalaru Thirumbugiradu, which translates to history is going to repeat itself. He says that 2026 is going to be the year when the entire political landscape of Tamil Nadu is going to turn over.
Let's see if that actually happens. Let's see if that actually happens, because then he will script history. It is hugely, hugely challenging for him because he's up against the Dravidian giants. So tomorrow we'll know more about really what Vijay stands for, his ideology, and much, much more. Thanks very much, Anaga. She'll be reporting for us from Madurai and getting us all of those updates. But in Tamil Nadu, as far as those Dravidian giants are concerned, the ones I was referring to of DMK and the AIADMK, there's a political war over ambulances. The AIADMK chief, Edapadi Palaniswami, who's been on a statewide tour, has threatened now an ambulance driver, claiming empty ambulances were deliberately being driven right through his party campaign and particularly meeting zones to disrupt his events. Now, EPS has said essentially that these are empty ambulances that repeatedly make their way in. And this time when he was speaking in Vellore, there was an ambulance that needed to pass through the large gathering. A passage was cleared for the vehicle. But EPS then quickly instructed party workers to check whether the ambulance was actually carrying any patients, because he claims this happens at every single one of his events, and he claims that the ambulance is inevitably always empty. So he said that this is cheap politics by the DMK to actually disrupt his campaign.
நான் ஆரம்பத்திலிருந்து இது கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 30 கூட்டத்தில் பார்த்திருக்கிறேன். இதே மாதிரி ஆம்புலன்ஸ் கூட்டத்துக்குள்ள விடுறது. ஆக இந்த அரசுக்கு எச்சரிக்கையா விடுறோம். அடுத்த இருக்க ஆம்புலன்ஸ் வந்தா ஆம்புலன்ஸ் பேஷண்ட் ஏத்திட்டு போற மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். இதா வெறும் வண்டி ஆம்புலன்ஸ் வந்தா அது யார் ஓட்டிட்டு வராங்களோ அவர் பேஷண்டா மாதிரி ஹாஸ்பிடலுக்கு போக வேண்டிய நிலைமை ஆயிடும். என்ன அசிங்கமா இல்ல?
அதனால அந்த வழியில போனேன். அந்த வழியில போகும்போது மக்கள் வந்து வழி விட்டாங்க. மக்கள்னாவும் வழி விட்டாங்க. அவர் சாருடைய வாகனம் கிட்ட போகும்போது வந்து பார்த்தோம்னா மக்கள் அப்படியே சூழ்ந்துட்டாங்க. பேஷண்ட் ஆள் இருக்காங்களா, எல்லாமே ஏன் வண்டி எடுத்துன்னு வரீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி மக்கள் எல்லாம் சூழ்ந்துட்டாங்க. சூழ்ந்துட்டு என்னையும் சரி என் கூட வர இஎம்டி அவங்களே வந்து வண்டியில் உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கும்போதே வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா ஷர்ட்டை பிடிச்சி இசுக்கிறது, ஐடி கார்டு அந்த டைமில் வந்து ஐடி கார்டெலாம் பிஞ்சு எங்கே வந்துச்சுன்னு தெரில. ஆம்பி மொபைல்லாம் வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா அவங்க பிடிங்கிட்டாங்க. பிடுங்கினதுக்கப்புறம் அங்கே இருக்கிற போலீஸ் வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா எல்லாரையும் தடுத்து இது பண்ணி எங்களை வந்து அணைக்கட்டு ஜிஹெச் வரையும் அவங்க பாதுகாப்பாக வந்து அணைக்கட்டு ஜிஹெச்சில் விட்டு பேஷண்ட்டை ஏற்றும் போது வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா இல்லை கோட்டை வந்து குறையிட்டோம், கோட்டை குறைஞ்சதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் பேஷண்ட்டை ஏற்றிட்டு நீங்கள் அடுக்குமாரிக்கு போங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க சார். இதுதான் நடந்தது. அங்கே இருக்கும்போது வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா மக்கள் வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா பின்னாடி டோர் வண்டி ரன் இருக்கும்போது பின்னாடி டோரை வந்து ஓப்பன் பண்ணி பேஷண்ட் இல்லாமல் நீங்கள் எப்படி இந்த வழியில் வரீங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்க. நாங்கள் வந்து 24 மணி நேரமாக 108 சேவை மக்களுக்காக சேவை செய்கிறோம். நாங்கள் வந்து வேண்டும்னே வந்து பார்த்தோன்னா அந்த பக்கம் மீட்டிங் நடக்கிற பக்கம் போக வேண்டிய சூழ்நிலையினால நாங்கள் போனோம்.
எங்கேயாவது விபத்து அது கிராமப்புறங்களில் இருந்தாலும் மலை கிராமங்களில் இருந்தாலும் நகரப்பகுதிகளில் இருந்தாலும் மாநகராட்சி பகுதிகளில் இருந்தாலும் ஒரு 8-10 மணித்துளிகளுக்குள் அந்த ஆம்புலன்ஸ் விரைந்து சென்று உயிர்களை காக்க வேண்டும். விபத்து நேர்ற இடமோ இல்லை நோய் தன்மையை அதிகரித்து யாராவது ஃபோன் பண்ணால் போய் உடனடியாக காப்பாற்று. இன்னைக்கு உலகத்திலேயே இந்த 108 ஆம்புலன்ஸ் சேவை மாதிரி தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி வேறு எங்கேயுமே அந்த சேவை இல்லைன்னு சொல்லி எல்லாருமே பாராட்டுறாங்க. உடனடியாக உயிர் காப்பாற்றப்பட்டு கொண்டு இருக்கிறது. இவர் அந்த ஆம்புலன்ஸ் வர்ற வழியில் கூட்டத்தை போட்டுட்டு நான் வர்ற வழியில் ஆம்புலன்ஸை விடுறாங்க அப்படின்ற மாதிரி ஒரு சொல்லியிருக்கிறார். தமிழில் ஒரு பழமொழி சொல்லுவாங்க, அரண்டவன் கண்ணுக்கு மிரண்டதெல்லாம் பேய் அப்படின்லாமெல்லாம் சொல்லுவாங்க. அவர் இந்த ஆம்புலன்ஸை பார்த்தா அவருக்கு என்னவோ வேற ஏதோ ஞாபகம் வருதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இது தவறான விஷயம். அதுவும் நான் பார்த்தேன், ஆம்புலன்ஸ் டிரைவர் நோட் பண்ணு, பேரை நோட் பண்ணு, ஆம்புலன்ஸில் இருக்கிறவங்க யார் யாருன்னு பேரை நோட் பண்ணுன்றார். இது மருத்துவத்துறை அலுவலர்களுக்கு மருத்துவத்துறையில் பணியாற்றி கொண்டிருக்கின்ற ஒரு தன்னார்வமிக்க ஒரு தொண்டு செய்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற மருத்துவர்களுக்கு விடுக்கிற ஒரு மிரட்டல் தொனி. ஒரு முன்னாள் முதல்வர் இது ஒரு மிரட்டுகிற தொனியில் ஆம்புலன்ஸ் டிரைவர் பேரை நோட் பண்ணு, வண்டி நம்பரை நோட் பண்ணுன்னு சொல்றது.
Only in Tamil Nadu politics over an ambulance. But let's move on and get you a story from Kerala. A rather proud moment for the state and really for India, because tomorrow Kerala is all set to be declared as the first fully digitally literate state in the country. This milestone comes under the DIGI Kerala program, which has been led by local self-government department. This program has essentially empowered residents even over the age of 100 to use smartphones with confidence. And you see that in the images also that have been put out as part of really the DIGI Kerala ad. And this digital revolution didn't begin in boardrooms. It actually began at the grassroots, as is always the case in Kerala. It started, in fact, in a panchayat very close to Thiruvananthapuram, and that's where the digital movement actually started. And then during COVID, more and more people were made part of the DIGI Kerala move.
Kerala is creating history. It's becoming the first digitally literate state, fully literate state. What do you want to say about it firstly?
So it's a great moment for us. It's a matter of pride for Kerala. So this is the real Kerala story. So Kerala is creating yet another history by achieving total digital literacy. In 1991, 34 years ago, Kerala became the first Indian state to achieve total literacy. So now from total literacy to digital literacy, we have traveled a long way. In fact, we have made all our local self-government services online. So K-Smart is a unique software and unique mobile application. With the help of K-Smart mobile application, the citizens of Kerala can avail any services of local self-government institutions from anywhere in the world.
പഞ്ചായത്തുകാർ വന്ന് പഠിപ്പിച്ച് ചെറിയ ഫോണാണ് കയ്യിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഇവർ പഠിപ്പിക്കാൻ വന്നത് അറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് പഠിച്ചിട്ട് ആണ് ഒരു വലിയ ഫോൺ എൻ്റെ മോൻ വാങ്ങിച്ചു തന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇതിലൂടെ ഈ ഡിജിറ്റൽ യുഗത്തിൽ ജീവിക്കാനും ലോകം മൊത്തം കാണാനും ഇതൊക്കെ ആസ്വദിക്കാനും കഴിഞ്ഞത് തന്നെ ഈ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു ഭാഗ്യമായിട്ട് കണക്കാക്കുന്നു.
എന്തൊക്കെയാ ഇപ്പോൾ ഫോണിൽ മെയിനായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത്? എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്
ഇതിൽ യൂട്യൂബ്, ഫേസ്ബുക്ക്, പിന്നെ വാർത്താ ചാനലുകൾ, വാർത്തകളെല്ലാം ഈ ചെറിയ ഫോണാണ് ചെറിയ ഫോണാണ്. ഇതിൽ കോൾ ചെയ്യാനും വിളിക്കാനും ഇതായപ്പോൾ ഇതിലിപ്പോൾ എല്ലാ സംവിധാനങ്ങളും ഉണ്ട്. വീഡിയോ കോൾ ചെയ്യും, മക്കളെല്ലാം കാണാം.
ആരാ പഠിപ്പിച്ചത് ഫോണൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ?
പഠിപ്പിച്ച് ഞാൻ അന്ന് അവരൊക്കെ വന്ന് എന്നെ പഠിപ്പിച്ച് പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ നിന്ന്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പിന്നെ അന്നൊക്കെ നല്ലപോലെയൊക്കെ പറയാറുണ്ട്.
എന്തൊക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കായിരുന്നു? വീഡിയോ കോളൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുമോ മക്കളെയൊക്കെ കാണാൻ?
അതൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു. ആ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് കൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ വേണ്ട ആ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായപ്പം വേണ്ടെന്ന് വെച്ചിരുന്നാണ്. അങ്ങനെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായപ്പം പിന്നെ അത് കൊണ്ട്
കയറി ഒരു 3-4 മാസം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴാണ് കൊറോണ ആയിട്ട് വ്യാപിച്ചത്. അപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് വീട്ടിൽ അടച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ അടച്ചിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. നടത്തിയെടുക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ വളരെയധികം കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു. പിന്നെ ഒന്നാമത്തെ എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ആൾക്കാർ ഇതിലോട്ട് വരാൻ കുറച്ച് പേര് മാത്രമേ താല്പര്യമുള്ളായിരുന്നു. 2 വാർഡിൽ നമുക്ക് ആരംഭിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. അതിന്റെ പ്രധാന കാരണം 2 വാർഡിൽ റേഞ്ച് ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ജോൺ ബ്രിട്ടാസ് MP ആണ് നമുക്ക് അവിടെ ടവർ ജിയോയോട് ചേർന്ന് ടവർ സ്ഥാപിച്ചത്. അതിനുശേഷം മാത്രമാണ് ആ 2 വാർഡുടെ പൂർത്തിയാക്കുന്നത്. ഏകദേശം 1 വർഷത്തോളം നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ പിറകെ നിന്നിട്ടാണ് നമുക്ക് അത് സാധിച്ചെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്.
So from 100% literacy to now digital literacy, as always, it's Kerala leading the way.